Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Short Play, a series of quick tours of games I like on a variety of platforms, new and old. Today's game is Mighty Gunvolt Burst. This was a 2017 release from Inti Creates, developed as an expansion of Mighty Gunvolt, which was originally a bonus game provided to backers of Mighty No. 9. The game stems from the Inti team's love of the Mighty No. 9 characters, and director Kinshi Ikigami was so desperate to work on the project that he started working on it before he even had permission to. And by the time he showed it off to the rest of the team, it was already so far along that no one really felt they could say no to polishing it up and releasing it. So the game when it was originally released featured Beck from Mighty No. 9, Gunvolt from the Gunvolt series and Ekiro from Galgun, the latter of which could be acquired and unlocked by playing the demo version of the game and transferring your data over to the full version. Over time, numerous other characters were added as DLC, including more Gunvolt and Mighty No. 9 characters, as well as Kurina from Galgun and Tenzou from the first Galgun. These were all collected together onto a single cartridge released by Limited Run Games in 2021, and that's the version we'll be playing today. So, let's go play Mighty Gunvolt Burst.
Okay, here we are with Mighty Gunvolt Burst from Inti Creates. This is probably my favourite Inti Creates game that doesn't have Galgun in the title, although it does have Galgun as part of the content. So, yeah, I'm very happy about that. So this is a game that I sort of discovered almost by chance when I was looking through some of the other Inti Creates games out there. And I stumbled across this on the eShop and gave it a go and was immediately smitten with it. This is such a great game. So I'll show you what it's all about. So, game start. Now, I've got 2 saves on the go already. I've got one with Ekiro, where I've pretty much finished the game, and one with Kurina that I'm currently playing through. We'll start a new game for today, though, and it'll give me a chance to try one of the characters I haven't played as before as well. So we'll go new game on normal mode. There's only normal and hard in this, and it's already pretty hard. So, okay, so your choices for who to play is you have Beck from Mighty No. 9, you have Gunvolt from Gunvolt, Ekiro from Galgun, Cool from Mighty No. 9, Jewel or Lumen from Gunvolt, Ray, who is from the Mighty No. 9 DLC, Copen from Gunvolt, Kurina from Galgun, and Tenzou from Galgun as well. I've not tried Tenzou at all before. I think I've played all the others previously though, so let's give Tenzou a go for today. I have no idea how he works. For a single day, Tenzou was more popular than he had ever imagined. Though it caused him plenty of problems, he overcame them and managed to confess to the girl of his dreams. It's the plot of the original Galgun. Also, Galgun Returns, which is coming out soon. The story of that day, known as the super popular legend, spread throughout Sakurazaki Academy. Sometime after that legendary day, Tenzou had another unimaginable, shocking experience. He managed to get his hands on the new VR game the entire city was buzzing about. This game managed to surprise the freeloading, survival game-loving angel Patako. Even a non-gaming junior angel, Ekiro, was forcefully recommending it. A new update had just added new weapons and multiplayer to the game's features. The trio decided to play the game together. Alright, since this is my equipment, my weapon will be these blaster goggles. Alright, so you have a stage select screen to begin with here, and then down at the bottom right you'll see a selection of rare items. These first 2 are ones that you can collect simply by completing a level, so you have to complete it twice to get all the items. And then these ones down here are all hidden throughout the level. So you have to search for secret areas. There is something that will help you with that, that will actually come up in this first level. So I will show you. What you can then do then, once you start the stage, you can customize your character. And this is sort of the big mechanical wrinkle in Mighty Gunvolt Burst here. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this one to this slot, because you can't change the first slot, because that's just your default settings. But you've got 24 slots you can play with. And each slot you can adjust so much stuff about your character. So to begin with, you've got bullet type. You've only got pheromone shot to begin with, which is Tenzou's base shot. But as you go through the game, you'll unlock more types of things. You choose how many bullets you have on screen, how you fire, if it's rapid fire, single fire, whether they go straight, whether they go in a curve. how fast they go, how long they stay on the screen, what happens when they hit something, how big the bullets are. And then Doki Doki mode can be activated when your heart gauge is half full. For a short period, you can use your gun sight to attack enemies in a style of your choice. Okay, so that's like his special attack. Every character has got their own mechanically unique special attack that they can make use of. So that is Tenzou's. Generally speaking, you don't really have much you can change when you first start the game. You can make it harder for yourself by doing things like making your bullets last for less time on screen, or having fewer on-screen bullets and that sort of thing. But generally speaking, when you first start the game, you'll probably want to go with this default loadout. You see at the top of the screen there, it says CP 1000 of 1000. CP, I can't remember what it stands for. It's something like customization points or capacity points or something like that. Everything you set in here costs a certain amount of CP. Apart from things that are sort of just fairly neutral in what they do. So something that is beneficial will generally cost more CP, and something that is a penalty or a hindrance might actually give you some CP back. So you can't spend more CP than you've got, but as you progress through the game, you'll gradually increase that maximum so you can become more and more powerful as the game progresses. But there's a little twist in there, which is the more CP you have equipped in a level, the lower your score will be at the end of the level. So if you just want to clear the game, you can feel free to load yourself up as much as possible. But if you want to get the best ranks on all of the levels, you will need to sort of take a few more chances. Right, let's have a look. Let's equip that one, come back to here, and we can begin the level. So all the levels in this are based on stages from Mighty Number 9. As I said at the start, the whole reason this project exists is because the team Inti Creates, who are the development team who were behind Mighty Number 9, they really like those characters, so they wanted to do something else with them, and perhaps something that had a slightly more positive reception. Right, so in this game, you run along and you shoot stuff, and if you shoot stuff when it's very close to you, you get a burst, which is worth more points. And the more bursts you do in succession, the higher your combo goes, and the more points you get for each kill. And that is the essence of what this game is all about. And so it's all about learning how to deal with the different types of enemies, trying not to get hit, and making as good use as possible of the abilities you have available to you. And as you progress through the game, it becomes more about sort of speed running and scoring as many points as you possibly can, and collecting all the hidden items and that sort of thing. Tenzou's Doki Doki mode skill can be activated when your heart gauge is 50% or higher. Heart gauge is on the top left of the screen near your health meter. It increases as you deal damage. In Doki Doki mode, use your gun sight to deal damage directly to enemies. So you can press A to lock on or Y for direct shot. You can move your gun sight manually with the right stick. You'll need to move the sight yourself to destroy objects other than enemies. Defeat enemies with a burst to gain extra heart gauge when compared to a non-burst attack. There may be other ways to fill your heart gauge too. See if you can find them. Alright, well, let's see how this works then. So, oh, I see how this works. Oh, right, and it's even got the little hidden Mr. Happy things. Mr. Happiness. That are in the original Galgun. So that's a way of getting some extra points. Interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, the really cool thing about all the playable characters in this is they all have their own unique mechanics to discover like that. And they've all been designed in a way that is thematically appropriate for their source material as well. In Doki Doki mode, your direct shot has some other properties as well. Guaranteed bursts and full damage while crouching. Can attack hidden characters. By using your gun sight, you can discover the mysterious being known as Mr. Happiness. Attack him to earn bonus points. There we go. What was I just saying? I love that Pataco's just following along behind you. Just like, I'm having a good time. Oh no, I died! Damn! A death in this is not a huge problem because you don't have limited lives or anything like that. You can just pick up from the checkpoint and keep on going. However, as with most things in this game, if you want the best possible scores, you will need to not die because you get a score penalty every time you die. It also means it will take you longer to clear the level as well, so... Alright, boss time! And again, these are all pulled from Mighty Number 9. Ow. Now, one nice thing is that there's no penalty for taking damage. There is a bonus for getting through the stage without taking any damage at all. But there's no sort of penalty for damage, so... It's okay to take a few hits along the way. And you will. Most definitely. Ow. There we go, done. First time! So you see there, I got a 300-point penalty for dying. And if you want to see a more detailed breakdown of where your score came from, you can see what you've got there. So I got 5,000 points for only using 1,000 CP. No sprinter or no damage bonuses. You get a bonus for any fruit items you've got remaining at the end. You can normally use those as healing items, but they're also worth points if you don't use them. And then penalty for 1 retry. So that's an A rank. Perfectly acceptable. Now, when you finish a stage, you can pick one of the 2 rewards. So I'll take damage reduction for now. And then if you want the other reward, you have to run it again. So let's just do that quickly. These are available CP to cost points, that's what it stands for. To do things like customize your shot, raise your defense, and activate many different power-ups. So yeah, there's a couple of things that we can attach to ourselves on here. Dowsing is an important one. Because dowsing uses the rumble on the controller to tell you when there's secret areas nearby. So that is very, very much worth your time. Because it will allow you to find all the hidden items. Which is one of the main things this game is all about, really. So, alright, let's run through it again. And hopefully not fuck it up this time. Boing, 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 boing. I really like this game because it's not just got a sort of very authentic Mega Man look and feel about it, but it feels unique and distinctive. So it's not just trying to be a game that looks and plays like Mega Man. It's got its own distinctive elements too. And especially with all the different playable characters, Now, obviously you can't feel this, but my controller is vibrating right now, which is just reminding us that you can blow that wall up. And go and grab some goodies! Not many goodies, because we already found the secret items in this level, but the full health restore is nice. Ow. Stop that. Ooh, that ducky mechanic just take a bit of getting used to. Just because you have to think about a few more things at the same time as you do normally. So the Mr. Happiness, it doesn't lock onto automatically, so you have to spot those yourself. And that's how you're going to get some nice bonus points with Tenzou from the look of things. Alright, let's not mess it up this time. He is actually shooting from his eyes. That's cool. Love the animation. The animation in this is so good. Do with that big mech while it's off screen. That's how you do it. And I will have that peach, if you please. There we are. No deaths. I am the king. Supposed to be able to make Echo appear somehow. I don't know how you do that. Maybe that's another special ability you get a bit later. Ow. Ow. Stop that. Stop it. There we are. Beautifully done. And yes, you can burst bosses as well, if you defeat them either with your special ability or if you're very close to them when they die. Sorry, I shouted that at you, didn't I? I apologise. RIP headphone users, as they say. New record! So no penalty this time. A rank again. 9,310 points in total. 4,900 clear bonus. 1,300 extra bonus. Still no damage and no sprinter bonus, but no deaths that time. So last high score was 14,860. We bumped it up to 15,510. Very nice indeed. So now we can take the other reward, and that level is done and dusted, unless you want to go back and try and get a better score. Okay, let's do another level or two, just so you can see the variation in what's going on. This time around, it's the oil platform. Not really picked anything up that I especially want to customize Tenzou with, so let's just go straight into this one. As you progress, you'll start getting elements you can apply to your weapon as well, which will make some of the boss fights a bit easier. The first one of those you get is on this one. I think you don't get one on that first stage. You get the dowsing on that one, which is the important thing. There's actually some variation between characters and level layout between enemies and level layout between characters in this, because certain characters are better equipped to deal with certain situations than others. Some of them have larger jumps and that sort of thing. Some of them have more life, and so you're not just playing through the same game over and over again if you decide to play it with the different characters. There's plenty of subtle variations throughout to keep things interesting. besides just learning how to use the different characters' unique mechanics as well. So these are magnetic fields that you can ascend by shooting. And there's a bit of vibraty goodness going on there. There it is. So again, a lot of these are mechanics that are pulled from Mighty No. 9. Which, incidentally, is a much better game than people will lead you to believe. It may not have quite been what was promised on the Kickstarter, but if you take it on its own terms, it's actually not a terrible game. I did a big feature on Moe Gamer about Inti Creates, probably, I guess it must be a couple of years back now. And as part of that, I deliberately sat down and played through all of Mighty No. 9 to see if it was really that bad, and inevitably, no, it is not that bad. It never is. Oops. When the internet hates something, chances are it's not really worthy of that hatred in most cases. It just becomes a meme to hate it. Those little diamond things, by the way, those are what you collect to increase your maximum possible CP. Already got the thing out there. That's one nice thing. So if you already got a collectible there and it was in quite a tricky secret room, you don't have to go and get it every time. Unless you restart the level from the beginning. Jump, hide, boom! Yeah, so those things that are moving back and forth along the platforms there and electrifying, they aren't there when you're playing certain other characters. So, like, they're not there when you play as Kurina, for example. Oh, piss. That's what I get for explaining things to you while I have no health. Should be concentrating. Ow. That was silly. You can hopefully also see why the damage reduction power-up is very useful. Oh no! Now we're getting the true Mighty Gunvolt Burst experience. Mighty Switch Force is good as well, but that's made by a completely different developer, so, and is a completely different type of game. So we'll look at that at some point as well. But there are many games that begin with Mighty. Oh no! I've made a mess of everything. Tenzou is hard. Actually, he is tricky because there's, like I say, a lot more of those obstacles. Than with some of the other characters. He seems to take a fair bit of damage as well. And to apply some damage reduction when we've got some... No! When we've got some CP on hand. You can actually change your loadout in mid-level if you want to. Which is quite useful. But the bonus you get at the end of the stage, based on how many CP you used, is based on the maximum amount you used over the course of the level, not the amount you were using when you finished the level. So you'll want to bear that in mind. If you're going for high scores. If you're not going for high scores, it doesn't matter. Oh, come on. Nearly there. No! No, no, no! Fucking game. Stupid fucking game. It's impossible. It sucks. Rubbish. Awful. Terrible game. Hate it. Love it. Yeah, don't come into this game if you're expecting an easy ride, because it does not provide one. What it does provide, however, is a worthwhile and satisfying ride. Wait, how the hell do you deal with that then? I guess you have to... Like that. That's how we deal with it. What have we here? A full life restore. Just what I need to fall into a pit. Oh, I hate everything. Just stop. Hup! And wait for the flaming death to pass by. And then hup! And then... Jump. Oh, no. Right, this time... That's better. I'll go down here and get our sticker. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, dear. Excuse me. This level's so hard, it's giving me COVID. Oh, excuse me. You think this is hard? You haven't seen the boss for this level yet. Right, there we go. Onwards. Oh, excuse me. I've done myself a mischief. Pew, 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 pew. Now, there is a hidden item up there, but most characters can't reach that with their normal jump. So you will probably have to come back. Most characters also have an aerial action that you can unlock, which is usually some form of double jump or float or something like that. So under most circumstances you'll need to actually come back and get that. Oh, you're horrible. Go away. Ooh, so much damage! Many Mr. Happinesses. Boss time. Right, this boss looks horrendously daunting, but it's one of those bosses where as long as you pay attention to the pattern, everything will be fine. Unless you go into the confrontation with no health in your health bar, in which case you will probably lose your confidence after the first hit. So this boss is all about dodging, as you can probably tell. It's about recognizing the different animation cues and how you dodge those various attacks that they are signifying. Whoops. Like when you first try this boss, that leaping attack looks like it would be completely impossible to avoid. Let's get some health back, please. There we go. And hide in the corner. Stay away from big explosion. Repeat until dead. Ducky Ducky, not actually super useful in this fight. Oh, he's doing it again. Piss! 10 retries. Not unusual. Not at all unusual, unless you are a pro elite gamer, which I am not. Still, at least I know not to bother with Ducky Ducky this time. No! I didn't mean to press that button, but I did. And now I'm going to die because I can't concentrate on what I'm doing. Oh, dear me. Alright, this time. This is the one. This is the one. Watch this. Watch this. First time. First time clear. First time clear. There will be absolutely no incompetence on display in this session. Jump! Ow. Stop that. Jump! Jump! Ow. Ow. Continue the process. Ow! Stop. Stop hitting me. We're so close. Ugh. This time's the one. I can feel it. I can feel it in my old bones. Ow. I know certain aspects of my play so far may lead you to question whether or not this will be the one. However, I have faith on my side. I believe Tenzou is the only character who can duck, actually, which is quite interesting. Which is actually quite important for that fireball phase. Because if you can't duck, it's actually quite difficult to deal with some of those incoming fireballs. Whereas when he's ducking, they just sort of go straight over the top of his head. Jump! Oh! Need to get out of range of his big fist attack. Tenzou is quite tricky, actually, because a lot of the other characters, you could rely on their special ability to help you in boss fights. Whereas it's more of a liability in this, because it's just so difficult to keep the target on him. But anyway, we've done it. We have done it. And of course, I need to do that again to get both of the rewards for that level. Minus 3,600 points penalty. Still a B rank, though. See, they know. They know that you're going to struggle. So I will take the heat element, which I can then use on the ice boss, and so on. Yeah, and that's how that game works. You just progress through it like that. You collect the various items. You power yourself up if you want to. And you work your way through, complete all the levels, beat the final boss, and then try and beat all your high scores. And then you do the whole thing all over again with a different character. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. One of my favourite Inti Creates games. It's frustrating, it's annoying, and I love it for it. So, that is Mighty Gunvolt Burst for Nintendo Switch, also known as Gunvolt Burst on PlayStation 4 for some reason. But yeah, it's the same game. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.